fam, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Empowering Creativity, where I empower others through creativity and faith. As promised, this video is going to be about how Peter proposed to me. I don't have any video footage actually, but I do have a lot of photos, so what I'm going to do is I am going to tell the story through all of the photos that we have. All right, so first we were going on a prayer walk because that's just something that Peter and I really like to do together to connect with God. I think both of us really connect to God through nature, so it's always really nice to connect to God together through doing that. So we were just talking to God together as we were walking, and this is actually a picture that I took that day because I was just looking at how the light was coming down on the bridge and I just thought it was really pretty. So I took this picture on the day that he proposed. And this bridge is actually really special to us because it was one of the first places that we went when I was visiting him, like the first time that I visited him in Guelph when we were doing a long distance relationship. So yeah, the bridge is pretty special to us because of that. Peter did originally ask me how I would like to be proposed to, and I did actually say I didn't really want anyone to be around just because, I don't know, I get sort of like red in the face when people are watching me, and so that's one reason why we don't actually have video footage, is because it was just me and him, which was really nice. So now for the actual proposal part. Peter asked me to pray because I guess there was this lady walking on the bridge and he wanted to wait to get down on one knee until after she passed. So he asked me to pray and I prayed, and then afterwards he got down on one knee, but he had sort of this sheepish grin on his face, like the same type of smile he gets when he's joking about something. So I was like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? And then he said, Anna, I can't wait any longer. I don't have the ring, but will you marry me? And I said, yes. I was a little bit confused because I was like, wait, is this really happening? So then he gets up and he pulls this thing out of his pocket. I guess it was a broken plastic box because the box that the fake ring was in had broken. So he had to sort of like fix that, and then he pulled out this ring, and it was like a plastic glow in the dark ring. You can see it in the pictures here. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. So then we took a few pictures together, and then afterwards we were walking away, and so I was like, wait, so was that real? Like, did you really mean that? You want me to marry you? And he was like, yeah, I just don't have the ring with me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I got really excited afterwards that I was like actually engaged. And little did I know that Peter had this all planned. So one of my best friends, Katrina, who does photography, was already there, like in the city somewhere, ready to take our photos wherever we wanted to take them. So then we got dressed up and we went out and we took some photos with the fake ring together. Then after we celebrated a little bit and we called some friends and family to tell them the good news, we actually went and saw Train to Busan 2 as like a little special memory thing for us, because Train to Busan, the original Korean movie, was a conversation starter for us when we first started to get to know each other. So we went and we watched the second one in theaters, which was really fun. The next evening, we headed out to Niagara Falls to go to this restaurant called the Skylon Tower. So you sit up high in this tower and you eat overlooking the falls. It's a special memory for us as well because that was the first date we went to after he came back from Asia in 2019. And then I did post on my social media about how I was proposed to with a glow-in-the-dark ring. People had many questions, so I gave them some clarification. All right, and now some words from Mr. Peter himself. Peter, how did you feel getting engaged when you asked me to marry you?
I felt fantastic.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Oh, I gotta do this here. Okay. And how do you feel now that you've been engaged for how many months now? Since like August, so a few months.
Feel even more fantastic. Even more fantastic.
And there you have it, words from the man himself. And that's our story. So actually, the real ring did come in recently, and the reason why he didn't buy it for me or wait until he had the real one is because he really wanted me to pick out the one that I really wanted. And it was actually really fun going around the malls looking for the real ring together. And finally we decided on this one here. This was like the internet picture. So this is the one that we ordered, and this is what it looks like on my hand. This photo is credited to my friend Katrina as well. If you would like to know the whole story of how we met and how God brought us together, we are actually going to be sharing a little bit of that story on our live stream on our wedding day. So if you would like to tune into that on February 20th, 2021, you can go to www.worldviewsummit.org/wedding. Link is also in the description below. A lot of people have also been asking me, hey, how is engaged life going right now? And the truth is, it is so totally weird to be planning something during a pandemic when you don't really know what's going to happen. Peter and I have been reading a lot of wedding books and marriage books and getting other people's perspectives, people who have been married before, some people we know who got married in COVID and how they were doing things, and all of that has been really helpful. Some of the books though, like planning a wedding books, none of them are how to plan a wedding during a pandemic. So we have to take those with a grain of salt, but thankfully all of the marriage books are about marriage, and marriage is something that you need to focus on and know more things about for like the rest of your life, whether you're in a pandemic or not. So that has been really helpful as well. The book we've been reading that I've personally found really helpful is A Christ-Centered Wedding. It is by Catherine Strode Parks and Linda Strode. And it's all about putting the focus on God and the gospel during your wedding day. And so I've just found this really like refreshing and just a really good reminder that it's just one day of my life. It's gonna be a great day, I'm sure, no matter what. But yeah, it is just another day that God has given us to glorify Him. And really, it has just been a great reminder of why people get married and why we do weddings and things like that. So if you are also engaged, or if you are looking to get engaged and you want a book to read while you plan your wedding, I highly recommend this, because even though it doesn't say things about the pandemic, obviously, because it was written before the pandemic, it's just a really great reminder on what we should be focusing on through our wedding planning times. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked hearing our story of the proposal, I know every couple has a proposal story, and this was ours. So if you really enjoyed it, then please give this video a thumbs up and comment below how you would like to be proposed to, or if you've already been proposed to, how you were proposed to. I would love to hear that story, because I just love stories. You have a great day. Christmas is coming soon, so I hope to have a Christmas special for you guys. Nothing too fancy, just maybe like a spoken word or something. Anyway, have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!